Hello, everyone. My name is Pastor Megan Crouch, and this is Confirmation Orientation, the who, what, where, when, and most importantly, why and how of what confirmation is all about at Peace Lutheran Church. Thank you for taking time to watch this. I hope it answers your questions. Always know that you can get in touch with me here at the church by email at gaylordpeace@gmail.com or by calling the church anytime. Let's get started. We're going to start with some very simple things. First of all, who? Who is confirmation for? Our program is designed for high school and middle school youth together and their families. Note that I did include families because confirmation is about more than just a person or a youth learning about their faith. It's a journey that a family decides to take together. So it's definitely something you want to talk about and think about and be ready to do as a family. You can choose to start anytime and any year in your middle school and high school years. You could start as a sixth grader, you could start as an eighth grader, you could start as a ninth grader, you can even start as a 12th grader. Although then we're going to have to talk about fast tracking you because normally the program takes about 3 years to complete. However, if you are older and want to start confirmation, we will work with you to make sure you get the information you need and that you can be confirmed before you graduate. What? What exactly is confirmation? Well, Lutherans believe that confirmation is an important time in a youth's life where they get a chance to deeply explore their faith and talk about what they believe and with the other adults and with their peers. Our goal in confirmation is that each student will know three things when they finish the program. One, that they are loved and valued by God and their church. They have meaning. They are a part of our community, and we want them to understand that and know that to be true. Two, how to think about and continue growing in your beliefs. We are under no illusion that we're going to teach you everything you will need to know about faith in 3 years. It would be impossible. I've been studying my faith for 40 years now, and I'm still learning about it every day. Our idea is to help you have the tools you need to think more deeply about this and hopefully spark some curiosity so that you're going to want to continue to explore your faith later on in life. And finally, we want you to be able to talk about those beliefs and live them out in your daily life as part of a community of faith. We want you to feel connected to what's happening at church. We want you to have the tools to find a church when you're in college or when you're a young adult. We want you to know that you can continue to talk about your faith with other people and not be intimidated or afraid, and also know that you can have fruitful conversations with people, even if they don't always agree with you or see eye to eye with you. Sometimes those are the most fruitful conversations, in fact. So, we want you to know, and we want your kids to know that they are loved and valued by God and the church. We want them to continue to grow in their beliefs, and we want to give them the tools to talk about those beliefs and see how they fit into their everyday life in school, in sports, in life, in everything. What happens after you complete the program? Well, after completing the program, participants get to choose if they want to become confirmed members of the church. A confirmation is an affirmation of their baptism. When children are young, guardians make promises for them, saying they're going to raise them in the church. They're going to teach them the Lord's Prayer, the 10 Commandments. They're going to place in their hands the Holy Scriptures. And as they get older, we give tools to children as young adults and youth to help them decide if they want to affirm or continue to live with those promises. Once you're a confirmed member of the church, it means you get to vote at church meetings. It means that you're considered an adult, at least as far as the eyes of the church goes. You'll still have to negotiate curfews with your parents. But that's what we celebrate on Confirmation Sunday, is that you've made the decision to continue to live in your baptismal promises. And we talk a lot about those promises throughout confirmation. Where and when? Two easiest logistical questions we've got here. Confirmation class will be held on the first Sunday of the month for the most part. It's going to be right after church from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and we will meet at the church under normal circumstances. or via Zoom if needed. We do encourage and require at times masks to be worn based on how high COVID numbers are in our area. And we will also invite all students to bring their own lunch to eat while we are at church. There will be a break for lunch, and we are excited to have that time to spend together. But we ask that each student bring their own bag lunch for that. Youth will meet with me at 11 a.m. for class, lunch, and the parents then get to join us at 1:30 for the last half hour to hear about the faith reflection or the faith activities, reflection projects, and more things that we're going to be able to do during those 3 weeks between classes. How? How is when things get interesting? Because how is when we get to ask really fun questions like, how can we help youth grow in their faith? How can we help support them as they navigate middle school and high school? How does a faith community and does my faith connect to my everyday life? And how do we even start talking about such big questions? Our goal is not to tell you what to think. All right. Believe me, when I was a younger person, all I wanted was somebody who was going to tell me what to think and what I needed to check off my list to get into heaven. Fortunately, I went to a church, an ELCA Lutheran church, and nobody in that church would tell me what to think. They just told me what their experiences were and what they thought, and helped me think about what I believed and why those beliefs mattered. And that's how we're going to treat your kids too. To do this, our confirmation is made up of the four main elements: class, faith experiences, reflection projects, and worship notes. And we're going to go through what each of those are right now. Class, like we said, is once a month. It's when the youth get to sit down with me to learn and talk about faith. You have a calendar and it tells you when each dates are. They are almost always the first Sunday of the month, with the exception of January, which is the second Sunday of the month, because the first Sunday of the month is like New Year's Day or the right afterwards. And kind of a topic of what we're going to be talking about, and then what is going to happen after that. These topics are going to be things like, what is the Bible and how do we read it? What is our relationship between God and creation? What promises does God make us? How do we trust God in difficult situations? Are there true gods and false gods? Why does it matter? And how is God at work in the world around us and through us? We're going to talk about these big topics and much more. This will happen through Bible study, conversation, games, music, videos, and anything else I can think of that's engaging. The goal of class time is to create a space where we can ask questions, talk about our experiences, explore the Bible and our faith together. And I'm always happy to include parents or mentors in that process. So come talk to me if you have any questions about class. Faith experiences are the second area, and these are for a year. So this is kind of the pick and choose portion of the class. You get 4 opportunities to live out your life, your faith in your everyday life. You can do something like attend a special worship service like Christmas Eve, Epiphany, or Ash Wednesday, and then post it to social media or tell your friends about it. Or better yet, invite your friend to come with you. You can attend special church events like annual meetings, fellowship events, and different activities happening in the church that help you connect with the community as a whole. This could even be going to a baseball game with the church or participating in the church picnic. And finally, you can volunteer at church functions like the community meals, the soup suppers that we have, helping as acolyte or helping during worship, working at the food pantry in the summertime or at the community meal, or participating in the crop walk, which is happening on the 26th. The point is, there are a lot of different faith experiences you can have, and we will outline those opportunities each month at our last half hour of class. But you only have to pick 4 of them. You can pick more of them if you like. I hope you will. But you only have to do 4 of those a year to help you connect your faith and your everyday life. Reflection projects are about once a month, and each month you're going to have one reflection project that will take about 1 to 3 hours. They're not supposed to take much more time than that. These are to help reinforce and introduce topics we talked about in class. It could be a writing project, like describing the Ten Commandments to someone who's never been to church. It could be a worksheet like our Bible scavenger hunt, where completing it will help you learn about the new Here We Stand Bible that you're going to work with and possibly win you some prizes. It could be a project like interviewing someone from the congregation. It could be a wide range of things. And there will be one of these a month, and they will be due at the following class period. And we'll go over those during the last half hour of class as well. Worship notes. And note that I did say worship, not just sermon, because worship is a really big part of our faith life and journey. And we want to help youth experience worship to its fullest extent. Worship notes help youth to focus on worship experiences, pay attention to details like what was the gospel reading or what color was the liturgical color for the month, and then to connect those experiences to the big questions in their life by answering things like, what would you tell a friend if they asked you what happened in church today? Or how is today's service going to make a difference in your life? We have this sheet that youth can fill out, and they can pick these up at the church. They'll be in the sanctuary, and they do 25 of these in a year. And they can fill them out at church during worship, or if you're worshiping with us online, you can take some home, fill them out, and then turn them back into the church. You can also go to our website and look at the confirmation page, which is right here. It's under the faith and family page. So if you go up, if you're at our home site, which is peacegaylord.net, it'll take a second to load. There you go. We often have things in this banner up here that are upcoming events and things that are happening at the church, like crop walks coming up. And we have a Bible study about women in the Bible coming up. You can always find out good things there. And then if you go to our faith and family, you can have family events, devotions, and click under confirmation here. You'll be taken to our confirmation page, which will give you everything you need to know. We'll have the worksheets for the week so that if your student forgets or loses them, they can go and print off a new reflection sheet right from the website. We'll also have links to forms that you may need, like the registration form and the health and permission form, which need to be filled out by October 3rd and turned in for your student to attend class. And they also give you ideas like we may have some class photos or some class projects. This is a great place to check in, see what's going on, check out what's happening. And if you're looking for things to do and faith experiences with your kids, you can always look at the faith in action, figuring out faith, the worship, all of these different things and ways to get involved by helping with worship and volunteering. So that is a wonderful. Oh, and if you're watching this and you're new to our community, the visitors tab tells you everything you need to know about what to expect, becoming a member, and just kind of what you might be walking into if you visit us for the first time, which we hope we will. I believe this is just about everything I need to tell you about confirmation for this coming year. We really hope that you'll be able to join us, and we're really grateful that you took the time to watch us. Confirmation was a very important part of my life, and it is my sincere privilege and honor to get to talk to youth and families as they take this journey and step in their life, because I know it was a step that helped me become who I am today. I hope that you will join us for this. And if you have any questions at all, any questions about any of this, don't hesitate to get in touch with me at the church. The email is gaylordpeace@gmail.com, and you can also call me at the church anytime. Blessings, and thank you for watching.